All right, just got through watching the UFC. Was it 203? I think it was 203, UFC 203, but not a bad card, not a bad card at all. I saw the part of the CM Punk fight. I missed most of it because TV kind of started messing up, but I saw some of it. I saw him getting taken down. I figured it wasn't good after that, so I was like, well, that's probably the way it goes. One thing I want to say about the CM Punk fight is, even though it didn't go the way he wanted, it looked like he just got taken down right away. When they showed the replay, it looked like that was most of the fight. Like he got taken down right away and Brian choke. You know, I still say kudos to CM Punk for taking a fight like that because he didn't. He's in a position where he doesn't need to fight. He has a lot of money, and a lot of people want to see him get his ass kicked and fail at something. But he didn't let that stop him from trying his hand at fighting. And even though I didn't like some of the things the announcers were saying about him, saying like he doesn't belong here, he should fight amateur, blah blah blah. Look, man, we've seen some of the best in the world get taken out in less than a couple seconds. You know, Jose Aldo is one of the best bantamweights of all time. He got knocked out in 13 seconds. So it's hard to judge a man whole fighting abilities off of one fight. But I mean, I guess it went the way a lot of people expected it to go. But the co-main event against Verdun and Travis Brown was a really weird fight. Like at one point, Travis Brown hurt his finger and he calls timeout to the ref, and the ref gives him a timeout to pop his finger back in place. Which is when I was looking at it, I'm like, he shouldn't be able to stop the fight from. If he throws a punch and dislocates your finger, well then it dislocates your finger, man. It's too bad. That's part of the fight game. Like you either gotta hold it until the end of the round or pop it back in, or you gotta, fight through it. But it was weird watching Travis Brown. He just didn't look like he wanted to fight. He didn't look like he wanted to be in the fight when I was watching it. He just looked like he was just there. Like he was just throwing punches and throwing kicks, and it was just kind of like he didn't look like he wanted to be in the cage. I don't know if he's having problems with his woman, or if his training camp's not going that good. But he just didn't look like he wanted to fight. It was a weird fight. Verdum, on the other hand, even though he just got knocked out, May looked really good. I mean, he started off with a jumping, karate kick. Like he literally came out of the corner and jumped and kicked the man in the face. I don't think Travis Brown was expecting that. I think he was expecting to touch gloves. So it was kind of a jerk move on Verdum's part. But hey, whatever gets the job done. But Brown just didn't look that. He didn't lose that fight. I hate to see a guy lose a fight like that. He didn't lose because of his mental ability. I mean, not his physical ability. He didn't lose because of his fighting ability. He lost because of his mental state. Like he just didn't look in a healthy mental state to be in a cage fighting somebody. And it's unfortunate for him that have to fight in that, with that going on. And I think that's pretty much what cost him the fight. I don't think he lost the fight because of his fighting ability. He just didn't look like he wanted to be there. Who pops their finger and goes, "Oh, time out, time out." Like, this isn't sparring, man. This is a fight. There's been plenty of guys that popped their fingers, broke their forearm, and all that, and fought through. And Travis Brown's way tougher than that. Anybody eat the punches he ate from Arlovsky and keep trying to fight through it and get dropped and get back up, drop the other guy, and all that kind of stuff. That's not a guy that's not a weak guy. I don't think he broke, physically. I think he broke mentally. So, I think he'll be back, but he probably needs to take some time out, do some soul searching, decide where his head is. He might be time to start thinking about a new training camp, man. It just didn't seem. I didn't like the way his corner was yelling at him. His corner man was yelling at him. I didn't like the way he looked in the fight. I didn't like the way any of that looked. He just didn't look like he should be there. He just wasn't all there. But it is what it is. Verdum's win. I don't know if Verdum's next in line for a title shot or if you go with Cain Velasquez. I kind of feel like they're going to go with somebody else besides Verdum because Verdum fight didn't go that great. And then they had a little skirmish at the end. I didn't see what happened, but it almost looked like they was going to fight at the end of the fight, which was probably the most exciting thing that happened in the fight. But the main event, man, before the fight, I said, I was like, Overeem's main concern is not his fighting ability. It's his head. Like, his chin. He's been turned off so many times that he doesn't have a great chin. I don't think he ever had a great chin, but he definitely doesn't have a great chin now. I was like, the problem that he's going to have is if miocic sees that he can hurt him in spite of his guard. Oh, when you look at that fight with Overeem didn't do anything technically wrong. And if you look at the miocic, if you switch miocic's chin with Overeem's chin, Overeem would have won the fight. Because that punch he hit miocic wouldn't drop him. Miocic might have said he wasn't hurt. Miocic didn't even remember it was a punch. He thought it was a kick that knocked him down. That tells you right there, his lights got turned off. But if had it been the other way around, if you switched their chins, Overeem would have won the fight. But Overeem, the punch he gave miocic, he couldn't take from miocic, which I like. I like what I saw from Overeem as far as game plan. He came in with a very strategic game plan. He realized that he was going to move around a lot, that he was going to frustrate miocic, and he was going to touch and go. Catch him when he could catch him, hurt him when he could hurt him, and move around and not stand still. Not become a stationary target. Because he couldn't afford to become a stationary target. Because miocic could hurt him in spite of everything. And the second you could see the light switch in miocic when he realized he could hurt Overeem in spite of his guard, that's when things got bad for Overeem. And Overeem started backing up, getting on the cage. He started covering up. He started swinging wild. Like he realized like he needed to take him out, but didn't work out for him. But strategically, I like the game plan Overeem came up with. I can't fault him for the game plan. The only thing I can fault him for is, no, I really can't fault him for anything. If you look at the replay, when he got hit, his hands were up. The punch kind of slipped in. He had this hand up, and the punch slipped in on that side. But it wasn't a hard punch, but you could see he was wobbling, he was hurt, and that became a problem for him right away. But kudos to miocic when you see a lot of guys take other guys down, and they have too much respect for their guard. But it was almost like miocic knew, it's like, look, we all heavyweights. Ain't nobody submitting nobody off their back. If your name ain't Verdum or Mir or Nogueira, you ain't submitting nobody off your back. So the second he got Overeem on his back, he passed it up just like GSP used to do. And he just started raining punches down on him. And he just turned him off. Like after the fight was over, they said he tried to get up on the stool and he fell down trying to get up on the stool. So, and at the end, Overeem said that he felt miocic tap, but I can see how he said he felt him tap, because you can see miocic puts his hand on his forearm trying to pry through the choke. So some people might say he's being a jerk. I probably would have kept that to myself. In my opinion, keep that to yourself. I wouldn't have said that out loud. Been like, I felt him tap, because then you look like you look like that guy, the guy who's just trying to say, nah, I won, but he tapped. I would have won if the ref would recognize tap. So I would have kept that to myself until I saw the replay myself, because you gotta realize, man, you just got knocked out. Your lights just got turned off. The whole brain got shut down. The computer got turned off. The computer got turned back on. So of course, he's not gonna remember everything accurately in the way it happened. So, but kudos to miocic for really fighting a smart fight. He made a mistake early when he got frustrated. When he got caught by that punch moment, it's because he got frustrated and he dropped his hands. He's kind of like, really, you dude, you gonna run away from me the whole time? Like he's expecting a fight. And then Overeem said, slipped that right hand in and caught him and it dropped him. So good. He has a really good chin. Good kudos to miocic for having such a good chin. He ate some hard shots. You don't see a whole lot of heavyweights eat shots. Like the shot that Overeem hit him with, a lot of heavyweights that would have turned their lights off. Period. But miocic just ate it and got right back up. But kudos to him for recognizing that, when Overeem was hurt, recognizing that, hey, I don't have to worry about his guard. I can posture up here and really start raining punches now. And he did a magnificent job. And kudos to Overeem, too. I don't mind seeing a guy lose a fight like that. When I see a guy who did everything technically right, things just didn't work out for him. I don't have a problem with that. So I think Overeem will be back. Them two will probably see each other again. But miocic, it's interesting seeing miocic be the heavyweight champion, because it's the first heavyweight this guy could hold on to the belt. Now, he's got some real tough matches out there. It ain't like he light years ahead of everybody else, and you can just see him just running through everybody. But, he's the first heavyweight in a while to successfully... Well, I guess not in a while. But because who had it before him? Kane? Kane had it before him. I can't remember if Kane successfully defended it or not, but I want to say he did against Dos Santos, because they had the trilogy. And then he lost to Verdum. Was it? He might have one other person now. But he's had one, for miocic, he's had one successful title defense, and that's one more than a lot of other people that have won the heavyweight belt. That belt moves around, so kudos to him. I don't know who they're going to give him next. Kane's a really tough matchup for him, but he's got some wrestling experience, as he showed. Dos Santos is a tough matchup for him. I think he fought Dos Santos already. He might have lost. I can't remember. I'd have to look at his record, but he's got some tough matches ahead of him. But kudos to him for doing a good job. I can't wait to see him fight again. That was a great fight, man. Both people got hurt. Both of them got hurt. So I think the heavyweight division is looking real interesting right now, man. It's always great to watch the heavyweight fights, because like they say, the baddest man on the planet. It's always great to watch the big boys go at it and know that even if they tried to go to a decision, they probably wouldn't make it. But I like all the things. miocic stand-up looked really good. He's got the only thing I would tell him, and he's going to work on, is he got a little bit of temper on him, because it didn't take long for him to get pissed off over him running from him. It's like, you can't lose your composure that quick. And as he saw dropping it, he probably wouldn't have took a lot of the damage he took in that fight had he not got frustrated so quick. Frustration was the thing that caused him to eat that right hand that dropped him and wobbled him. So had he not did that, he probably wouldn't have took the damage that he took in the fight. But great fight from both guys, man. I don't lose any stock in Overeem over this fight. This ain't one of those fights where I look at Overeem and I go, well, you lose some stock because you just got, murked. Technically, I saw a guy who realized his limitations, who realized his advantages, and he played to them, and he came together with a good game plan. I like to see guys come together with a good game plan. I hate to see guys come in and their game plan just don't make any sense to you. But Overeem came in with a really good game plan. He tried to implement it, and he had success with it. So, but miocic, man, when he turned it on, he turned it on. So, good fight, good overall, good card. Some other good fights on the prelims and stuff. But yeah, good fights.